Brooklyn Independent Television.
In downtown Brooklyn, the New Jersey Nets will soon become the Brooklyn Nets, and they have their home Barclays Arena. But here in Bed-Stuy, we have the Stuy Dome. And joining me is Elio Velez of MSGVarsity.com and Ted Gustus, PSAL Boys Basketball Commissioner.
Hey, how you doing there? It's a pleasure.
Elio's always on, so that's okay. Your responsibility, this is your first year as PSAL Boys Basketball Commissioner, but tell us about your background in high school basketball and basketball period.
Well, first of all, I've been in coaching basketball for the last over 40 years. I retired out of the New York City Board of Education just last year. And, well, I put in 40 years of coaching, you know. My desire to change lives through the area using sports basketball was very, very important, you know. So through me came a host of basketball players that people know, and many that they don't know, and many that have gone on in professional careers other than basketball.
Because Elio was talking to you about some of these guys off camera.
Exactly.
But over the years, some of the schools you've coached.
And many of the schools I coach, I started out coaching my Ditmas All-Star Basketball League, which is one of them little league teams, and then from there, I went on to coach at, did some internship with Coach Lou Conasecca at St. John, and became the assistant coach at several places at Canarsie High School and at Brooklyn College under my former coach, which was Mark Reiner, great coach. And then from there, I went to Nazareth High School, coached there for 10 years, where Robert Phelps, who now the Bedford Academy coach.
As also Commissioner, this is your first year. How did you go about getting this position? And this is a change as far as for the PSAL, because usually one person handled basketball, correct?
Exactly.
And Elio also, has this made things better as far as in a way for PSAL basketball? Not that things were so bad last year, but you know, everyone could always use some sort of improvement.
I think it's become, it's a little easier also because there's so many new programs created every year. There's new schools that's opening up. You know, the bigger schools are now broken down to smaller academies. There's new programs open up every year. They're just trying to get their feet wet. There are also three divisions now, the B, the A, and the double A. So there's a lot of, you know, you got to go through a lot of schools that have their issues opening up. They want somebody to talk to. And, you know, with the number of teams growing every year, you need somebody to, you know, help them out.
And you have so many schools here, right? So you're responsible for double A, and B, and boys.
Yes. I think, first of all, I'd like to commend the PSAL leaders, Donald Douglas and Danny Harris, because these guys, they had a vision to bring in commissioners and borough supervisors at each borough, and it allows for us to be hands-on and really, really go and give the support as a support mechanism to our coaches and connecting them to the PSAL much. I couldn't imagine, and I got to take my hat off to Mel Goldstein all these years of doing this, the entire city, which is incredible.
Coach, as far as you being a coach, you can advise these coaches on situations that may come up.
The relationship this year has been absolutely incredible. I mean, I enjoyed it so much. The coaches, I go to their practices, I go to their study halls, I meet them during school day. I know the intricacies that they have when it comes to coaching. And they respect that. These guys are either competed against me or I coach many of these coaches, or they played on teams. So they actually come to me, myself, and people like Ray Haskins, who's in charge of the Manhattan area, come to them and they're looking for some advice. And especially when it comes to reconnecting them with the PSAL.
And as far as when it comes to academics, so where's your advice also fit in? Because of the clearinghouse issues that come up, and kids, now it's much more difficult to obtain a scholarship because you have a certain grade point average or have to have a certain SAT score.
Well, one of the things that a lot of the coaches that really, I find that most of the coaches really care about these young kids and they want them to get better. So when I go into their study halls, when I went to South Shore, say, and I go and the coach has a study hall, or go to Boys and Girls, they have study halls. All of these schools, Bedford Academy, Study Hall, all these places have study hall. So they really grinding it out when it comes to the academic. I think the coaches in the PSAL are really facing the important parts of getting the academics up, and I share with them some ways that they can do it.
All right, now basketball, saying it was as far as the boys championship this year, it was Jefferson and boys and girls. I know you were thrilled because this is your first year also, and at the single A, it was Brooklyn Collegiate that won their title.
You know, one of the things that they said that, you know, as a commissioner, you really shouldn't kind of root for teams and so forth, but I'm very excited about these teams. These guys work very hard.
Now, you'll be headed upstate. They'll be playing upstate, whoever wins the state. Would you like to see some sort of a national title played?
A national title? I've always, over the years, when I coach, wanted to see a national title. That's something that we can always look forward to. But right now in the upstate, we'll do with that, and we'll make sure that that works for us, because now it's time to win the Federation.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Ted.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
And when we come back, Eric Hicks will join us to talk about the championship game and the championship season that took place over the weekend, right after this.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at brickartsmedia.org/BIT.